Hey guys, what's up? Today we'll be solving finding anagrams in a string problem on LeetCode. We'll be following the three-step process: decoding the problem first, finding the brute force solution, and then eventually finding an optimal solution. So let's start. I have my example that is mentioned on LeetCode, which you can see on the screen: CBAEBABACD, and the shorter string or the string that we need to find anagrams for is ABC, right? So let's start to find anagrams for ABC. So anagrams for ABC would be C, A, B, C, B, A, B, A, C, B, C, A, and A, C, B, which are 5 in total. So total number of anagrams or rearrangements or combination here, you can see, we can find out like there are 3 places, right? So simple, it could be like 3 factorial, but to explain what a factorial is, we have 3 places to place A, B, C. I have 3 options out of A, B, and C to choose at this spot, and I'm going to choose any one of them, right? So I have 3 options here. Then I have 2 options to fill in the middle position. Then I'll have just 1 option, which gives me 6. So in other sense, it's actually called 3 factorial. So the maximum limit of P could be 20,100. So you can see that we can have around 20,100 combinations in P, right? So coming back to the problem now, so the length of anagram is 3, right? We cannot exceed that. So when we start looking in S, we see that the 3-character substring in S is CBA, and that's all. It matches the anagram here, right? So we have a match. CBA matches CBA here. So that is one way to do it, right? So in this case, it is pretty easier because we have just 5 combinations here, one as an ABC and rest 5 here. So that is pretty easy. What about when we have 20,100 factorial? It will be a huge list, and to compute that list, we will exhaust a lot of resources and will not be computational friendly. So what we are going to do is, like, this is what we got, like CBA. Now we're going to move character by character, right? We have a window of 3 characters, and let's say BAE, it doesn't fall into the anagram list that we have. Okay, again, so what we'll do is, like, we'll move this window to the next set. AEB doesn't match any one of them. EBA, again, no match. BAB, no match. ABA, no match again. Finally, we have BAC, and we have BAC matched right here, right? So with this approach, we can certainly find these anagrams which are present in the string, but not an optimal way. So this could be a brute force way to do things. Maybe we can have multiple loops going over this string, but that will not help, and that will not be an optimal solution. An optimal solution would look like where we just need to actually find a way to have like lookup made easy, right? So we cannot generate the list of all the anagrams and then come back and look into it. We cannot have like a list of anagrams and we can look back at it. So what we're going to do is we're going to find another way, right? So the first instance that we had was CBA. So how does CBA relate to ABC? Or as in the next one, how did BAC relate to ABC? So if you see clearly, we just have, we can build a map, right? A frequency distribution map, and we can say that A was 1, B was 1, C was 1 in this case, and A was 1, B was 1, and C was 1 in this case. Similarly, in this case, B, A, C was 1, 1, 1, and ABC, right? So we can still match this up to ABC. So this is like a very decent algorithm. Will not take much time as a space complexity and time complexity. So we can actually come on to solving the question with this approach, where we just match the substring based on the frequencies, and we can have a map, we can have a hash map to store the frequencies of these, and then eventually match the hash map as we move ahead in the string. So the problem would reduce to matching the CBA that you can see right here, matching CBA with ABC based on the frequency distribution. That's all. And then as we move ahead in the string, this is what we are going to do. Now there's just one catch. Let me just erase all the unnecessary part right now. The important piece that we are missing right now is how we are going to move ahead in the string, because we are going to encounter more characters right now what we encountered was C, B, A, and what about E, right? We have to keep on moving this window. So let's say we encountered CBA first, right? So let's have CBA. Their occurrences were 1, 1, 1. Now that's my maximum window size, right? So my maximum window size is 3. So now if I'm going to get to the pointer E, right, which is this window, right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have E and with its frequency inside this map that we are going to maintain, and then I'm going to get rid of the first one, like the first occurred character in the string. That's how I'm going to keep my window length as 3. That's a very important piece. So as we go in next in the string, by every character by character, what we're going to do is, like, if we encounter something as a new or a unique character, we're going to add it in the hash map, and we're going to get rid of the one that occurred the first, right? So it's just moving ahead in the window and keeping the window size as 3. So let's look at the code now. Let's start. So the example can be seen above: CBA, EBA, BA, CD. So we're going to break down the code and write a template. What we're going to do, we'll look for write some initialization first. So we'll initialize the while loop variable, like say I, which we're going to use later on, char, simple character just for temporary purposes, and array list because we need it to return a list of indices. So result new, we call it results, which is very intuitive, and then integer, and then So now we'll have two hash maps. So the key would be type character and value would be an integer, right? So we'll call it smap equal to new hash map character integer, right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to copy and paste it and create another one for the string p, similar way, right? So and then we'll have the length of s string and p length. P dot length. And now we'll have a for loop. So even before for loop, right? So as we discussed, let's have a template. So let's loop and create p map with number of occurrences of chars in p or in string p. Let's do that, and then we're going to have a, let's say, a loop again, loop over each char of string s, and then inside the loop what we're going to do is, like, we'll add or update, a new char, not the new char, update a char in smap. After that we're going to check if size of smap exceeds pmap or string or p length, and if it does, we'll like move the window as we mentioned above in the iPad section, and the other one, the third part, comes in like match or compare or equate, compare the right word, compare smap to pmap. That's the whole thing we're going to do. Let's initialize k, loop for k dot p dot p length, I can say p length k plus plus, and then there's a check that if pmap dot contains key, it's like p dot char at k, if it already contains it, right? So that's what is checked for. We're going to update that part. So pmap dot put p.char at k. So we're going to put the character, then p map dot get p.char at k. So here what we're going to do is like we're going to have the k and then add a 1 to it. So it's just like we are getting the value which is already there and then adding or incrementing that we found new occurrence, and then if we don't, in the else case, that what we do is like p.char at k, sorry, not comma 1. Is that the first occurrence? It found the first occurrence. If you're going to loop over, we'll have a while loop. I is less than s length. We're going to loop over the string s. That's what it's for. Okay, I'm going to borrow a couple of things from here. So here you go with the loop, and all these things would come inside the loop. The first thing is like adding or updating the smap, and if smap dot contains key s.char at I, and if it does that, let's put or let's update the character at that point. So char at k, sorry, k it's I, comma smap dot get dot char at I plus 1, right? So that's what we're going to do. And in case it isn't satisfying this condition, or it isn't found, or it's just the first time it is occurring, we're going to put char at I with the occurrence as 1. Now what we need to do is like we need to check the size exceeding condition, like if we need to either restrict the map or limit the map to size 3 in this case example, and then move ahead, or otherwise we need to expand it first. So what we're doing is like we are expanding it first, and then we are checking if its size exceeded. Let's get rid of the older values that came in the string. So yeah, so we're going to change a couple of things here. Let me just fix it. Yeah. Okay, so now we'll check if I is greater than, so if I, the index gets beyond the length of p, which is like in this case 3, right? So if it does, we're going to have the current char, which we and initialize it with s.char at, because I'm just doing it. I can even do without it, but it's just that it's very cumbersome to actually write all those things. So I just have that handy as a temporary variable. So, and if smap dot get char that we already fetched, char if the get value is already greater than 1, so which means that there's so this is a condition where I'm trying to either remove or decrement the number of occurrences in the smap. I'm just checking if the number of occurrences is already greater than 1. I'm going to remove it or decrement. I'm going to decrement in this case smap get char minus 1. Just like we added in the first step. Now what we're going to do is we're going to remove it, because because it's not greater than 1, the character occurrences. So we're going to remove it, char part, yeah, and just remove it. That's it, nothing much. Now coming back to the comparison part, if p map dot equals, sorry for that, equals smap. If it does, what we're going to do, we're going to add the indices in the result. It's like I minus p length plus 1. Why the plus 1? Because it's the indexes. So when you are actually putting indexes on them, you would know that you need a plus 1 there, because I will be already at a position, and when you subtract, in this case minus 3, you will be getting the result as 1 less than the required index, because I has been already progressed in that case. So for that very reason, yeah, because I hasn't progressed, so I need to match that up. So yeah, so I have this. What I can do is like I plus plus. I'm still in the while loop, and I'm being still in the while loop. What I'm going to do is I'm going to return the result. Okay, let's try and run this code. Okay, line 5, there's an error. Okay, Running it again. Alright, can find symbol hash map. Okay, I'm sure you won't be able to find hash map with an m small or lowercase. Okay, that's again, I do a lot of typos with this. So can I find symbol s.carat. Okay, what did I do this time? Chat at. Okay, writing carat is a problem for me. Most of the time I do that. Okay, so we are submitting it now. Fix the code. It worked. Okay, so thank you for watching the video, guys. If you really like the video, do like, do comment, and if you are looking for more such videos, do subscribe to my channel, because I'll be putting more such videos on LeetCode solution that will really help you get through the interviews. Thank you.